Under Srinagar Smart City project, large number of projects are under execution in the city. There are around 135 of the total projects. Some of these projects are being completed, but most of them are under execution right now. So broadly, these projects have been categorized under 8 themes. So one of our important themes is Jhelum Riverfront Development and Water Transport, in which we are upgrading the portion of River Jhelum, which is in the city, from Old Zero Bridge to Amira Kadal. So proper landscaping of the riverfront is being done, stone pitching and stabilization of the slope is being done. Proper spaces for public recreation and public spaces are being created and carved out. The accesses to the riverfront are being improved. Proper and accessible walkways and cycling spaces are being made on the riverfront. Then beyond this stretch, we have a number of around 40-45 old ghats. They are being restored and reconstructed. A number of these ghats are being used for water transportation, so water transportation points are also being developed. So on both sides of the river, we have a number of important heritage structures, which include some ancient temples, some ancient shrines. Their restoration and heritage conservation is also being done. And we are also in a process of having on board an agency which can run and operate public transport system, water-based water transport system in River Jhelum and also in the Dal Lake. So River Jhelum and the Jhelum Riverfront Development is one of our important projects that we are working right now. So we are in the midway of the execution. The left riverfront, that is almost complete. We expect that towards the end of this month, we should be able to dedicate that riverfront to public. The right riverfront will take us a little time. So by around July, August, we should be able to complete that right riverfront as well. Then another important area of work is our central business district. So CBD area of Srinagar city is somehow the heart of the commercial activity and the heart of the business activity as well as tourist flow in the city. So this includes our Residency Road, the Lal Chowk, which is very historic, the Maulana Azad Road, MA Road, our area like Jahangir Chowk, Hari Singh High Street, Battamalu Kamarwari stretch, Battamalu Muminabad stretch, Karanagar, and many other allied paths. So the work is also going on all these stretches. For example, on Residency Road, what we are doing is that we are having dedicated sewer lines laid, drainage lines are being properly laid underneath on the entire road surface, that is being made properly uniform. So all the utilities, whether they are electricity wise, they are high tension and low tension wise or communication wise, all those are also going underground in this. So we'll have a very smart distribution of utilities and smart distribution of electricity in this area. Then the carriage, again, it's being made properly uniform. Junctions are being properly designed for both pedestrian movement as well as for the vehicular movement. Then the footpaths on both sides, they are being made accessible as per the IRC standards. So we're going to have nice wide footpaths across the city. So people, tourists, local citizens, everyone can use these. Similarly on MA Road is going to be one of our first complete street designed road. So it's going to be our first international class road in Srinagar city. Similarly, the Battamalu area, it's a massive upgradation that has been done. The Battamalu junction is being redone so that traffic movement is smoothened. Battamalu Kamarwari Road, Battamalu Muminabad Road, they are being again redesigned and redeveloped on the lines of this complete street design. Also at Battamalu, we are creating one huge supermarket and a craft center, which is going to be again very important place for shopping if you want to shop for handicrafts or you want to shop for the dry fruits in the city. Similarly, when the third important part is our Dal, which is a very important pristine part of the city. So lake conservation and lake rejuvenation is important. So most of our investment is happening around Dal Lake, in fact. So we are making this right walkway, like right from Dal Gate to Nishat. So right hand on the right side of the boulevard, a huge walkway is being made. Then right through the Dal Lake, we have something called a Nishat Sattu. So on Nishat Sattu, again a walkway and a cycling space is being made right through the Dal Lake. It's the kind of the site used to be it has been existing for a while now, but now it is being properly designed for, as a cycling space. Then the whole precinct outside Nishad Garden, that's being redesigned so that there is proper space for vehicles to move, proper space for pedestrians to move and cross. Similarly, there's space for people to sit. There are proper embarking and disembarking points from the say public transport point of view. Similarly, parking etc. that's being organized there. Then very important project is from Nishat Garden till Habak, which is towards the northern part of the Dal Lake. We also call it northern foreshore. So along this northern foreshore, we are making a lakefront. We call it northern lakefront. So we used to have this 1 or 2 feet wide walking space on this northern edge of the lake. Now that public space has been increased to around 18 feet wide public space on a stretch of around 5.5 kilometers. So that northern foreshore lakefront is again going to be one of the most important public spaces and tourist spaces in our city. Similarly, we're also working on a theme called Green Srinagar, under which we have done upgradation of the solid waste management infrastructure for Srinagar city. We are also in planning to have some we call them incinerators for poultry waste and other animal carcasses in the city so that they are scientifically and properly disposed. Similarly, we are working on plantations. Last year we did around 4.5 lakh plantations under that project. Now again we are going forward, we are trying to do that. We have already installed one real-time water quality monitoring system in the city, which is monitoring the real-time water quality of our River Jhelum and Dal Lake. So there are 5 nodes in the city that we have identified, and the water quality monitoring is happening. Now we are in process of installing a noise monitoring system in the city. So that's again something very important. So all these, from the sustainability and climate adaptation point of view, this infrastructure is again being put into place so that city has that resilience as well as a setup for monitoring the climate related crises and issues. So overall, this is kind of massive improvement that is going on in the city. You must have seen the work. So Lal Chowk and MA Road, they are just indicative because they are more accessible to people and more visible there, but it's happening across. Similarly, Airport Road, for example, you must have seen proper footpaths are being made to standard on both sides of the Airport Road. We have then the spaces around Dal Lake we spoke about, the Gupkar Road, Gupkar Junction, many other junctions and other places that the work is going on. We're hopeful that towards the end of this year, Srinagar city would have a, would of course be transformed in that sense. When we're looking at the completion of these projects, the work is going on around the clock. So the projects are being monitored at all the levels, and we are all trying our best to ensure that these are timely completed. In fact, some of these projects would be fastest executed projects given the pace with which these projects are being executed.
डेवलपमेंट अच्छी है, कोशिश कर रहे हैं कि टाइम पे हो जाए, और इनका जो प्लान है इस पोलो व्यू को खूबसूरत बनाने के लिए बहुत अच्छा है। हमने भी सफ़र किया है, लेकिन फ़ायदा भी हमारे लिए ही कर रहे हैं। जो इनका प्लान है बहुत अच्छा है।
तो हमें लग रहा है ये कश्मीर के लिए एक नया कॉन्सेप्ट है, पहली बार है, और ये किस हद तक आगे जाएगा कश्मीर में, इससे कितना बड़ा इनिशिएटिव नया काम मिल सकता है, बिजनेस बढ़ सकता है, टूरिस्ट फ्लो ज़्यादा आ सकता है, लोकल काम बढ़ सकता है।
गवर्नमेंट चाहता है कि यहाँ मतलब खूबसूरती आ जाए, चलने में तकलीफ़ ना हो, पेडेस्ट्रियन के लिए भी तकलीफ़ ना हो, वो चीज़ें बनती है तो अच्छा है।